If earth peace is to herald the dawn of the new age, realize that
Humanity is one's only religion, breath one's only prayer, and consciousness one's only God.
Let us meditate in silence and introduce ourselves that at the level of consciousness, humanity is one. आनन्दमानन्दकरप्रसन्नं ज्ञानस्वरूपं निजबोधरूपं योगेन्द्रविनयं भवरोग्यवैद्यं श्रीमद्गुरुं नित्यम् अहं भजामि। So who knows that the retreat this year may be more of transmission and less of talk. The person who is here, sitting here before you to teach, is dissolving. And if this happens, then there's not much necessity for talk. Talk is only necessary to the extent that you teach. And why do we teach? Why do we do all these things? We do all these things, the seminars, the transmissions, the healings, the meditations, the Kundalini techniques. We do all these things to get to a state of not doing anything. This is the paradox of the whole thing, because all the great masters have said that eternal joy can be had with the cessation of your mind. Now, with the cessation of the mind, what is meant? Not that it disappears, not that you're a mindless zombie or some buffoon blundering around, not at all. It means that you have trained your mind to lie like an obedient dog, subservient to the master, which is your consciousness. Your true self is your consciousness, and your mind is your dog, which has to be trained. And then when you just one come out, tell him, fetch, he has to go and fetch. Here when you tell him, don't fetch, he fetches, and when you tell him fetch, he just sits. This is the state of mind. So this is what it's all about. It must fetch when it's meant to fetch, and sit when it's meant to sit. This is the long and short of the story of the alpha and the omega of yoga. You put the hands of your mind upon the eyes of your soul. You put the hands of your mind upon the eyes of your soul and cry that you cannot see. The Babaji's Kriya Yoga or the Raj Yoga teaches you how to take the hands of your mind of the eyes of your soul and behold the splendor of your own truth, and behold everybody else and the whole world in its true form. You can never perceive the world through mind, but you can know the world as a reality through consciousness. And so simple, it's all over. What I had to say, I've given the message, and it's driven home clean and clear. I. Now what else? Feel the difference. Feel the difference, Larry. That's what it's all about. But the mind is very digital. It is not satisfied with silence or just saying, God is. It must write a treatise on God. God is called the being about whom naught may be said. This is true because the human intellect is so nothing and so puny that it cannot comprehend even the shadow of the dream of the Supreme. But still there are huge books written so thick on what God is. But then they say that He is the being about whom naught may be said. So this is habit of the mind, which is lovingly called the monkey. Mind is always the monkey, is jumping hither and thither and not getting to the point. I give you an example of why the mind is a monkey. If I tell you close your eyes and do anything you want, but don't think of the monkey, there your mind will go. It will think of the monkey as itself. So this has to be curbed, and this is what it's all about. Some transmissions will be very subtle, which will be purely spiritual, and some transmissions will be mediocre, which will do with rejuvenation, and some transmissions will be gross, which can do with the body and emotional healing. So there are various transmissions I'll give without telling you, because it wastes a lot of time me trying to explain it. You will get it according to the degree of your receptivity to me. I. For all practical purposes, you are the mind. I don't say the Shishya, the disciple and the master, or the Shishya and the Guru. I will say the mind and the consciousness. So for all practical purposes, you are the mind and I am the consciousness. And if any mind is attuned to the consciousness, it becomes that consciousness to the degree of its attunement, its receptivity to the consciousness. The mind is an incessant flow of thoughts. Either brooding over the past, those thoughts, or aspiring for the future, but never in the now. The moment the mind is in the now, your thoughts will cease. If you look at me, your thoughts will cease. Because I am centered in consciousness and not in mind. Therefore your thoughts will cease. If you stretch your mind out to explore my consciousness, boom, you'll be in the trap. Immediately your mind will become consciousness, thoughtless, in the now. Anyway, this room is very nice. It's too sparse and tidy and feels cold. It's very cold. I don't know whether they've done anything before here or not, and formal, but it's nice. So we'll have some question answers. What was I supposed to do today anyway? I mean,
today
just come
is
and just say hello to everyone.
no Q&A, because
Q&A.
Tomorrow morning is when you do the Shiva Shakti.
That is the Shiva Shakti. I'll do it tomorrow morning, and we should keep the bowl already here.
Yeah, we'll have it in the morning.
Water. Yes, now we will begin with question answers. So we'll have a question answer session for about an hour, and then we will rest. You've all come today, so relax or meditate on your own. I'm sure everybody will be meditating in the night. What are the directions of this place, which is east? It's written E there. I can see the E over there.
That's an exit.
Huh?
That's exit.
There's an XIT.
E, oh, I can only see E. So I thought it was very sensibly planned.
East is the west.
East is here.
No, that's west.
Oh,
South,
west.
south is behind you.
Huh, the sunset.
right.
West.
This is north.
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 Is the,
South. Then east will be here. And I'm right.
Yeah.
I saw the E over there. And you're telling me it's not. This is east. Okay. Now, we will go on to question answers. It's just a relaxed setting. So be easy. You can stretch your feet out if you like and relax. Or you can sit as you want to. We will have, yes.
This may seem very silly, but I'm just curious if you have any comment on recently, before I came across this path, I bought some water that was sold from the Ganges. The bottle says 1,008 tirthas on it. Evidently they collected water up from all these holy places, including the Ganges, and put it in a bottle, and then it's being sold.
That's not difficult in India, because there every river has got a holy name. They must have collected of all the rivers. Exactly which ones they are, it's difficult to say, because now the water is mixed.
Mm-hmm. Any value to such thing?
See, even if you don't speak high, it's Ganges and this and that, let's take water at its very foundation. Let's say I'm an atheist and a non-believer. I still love water. It's the miracle thing which cures a lot of things. You drink a lot of water, you feel healthy and good. And somebody gives you water as a symbol with good sentiment. Great. At the grassroots, water is water. Then you come to this water, astral water, divine water, superluminal water, gravitational water. These are all different waters. It's bifurcating the mind. If they've given it or you bought it, be happy with it. Keep it.
Okay, yeah, I
Your
like
faith shall make it.
I like it, and then I ran across a song that was a little odd too. It was like, Kiwe Betu Pani Hansini, something like that. Like, why are you drinking the water, swan? Lady swan, something.
Kive,
Kiwe Betu Pani Hansini, something like that.
okay. So, क्यों पीवे तू पानी हंसनी? क्यों पीवे तू पानी हंसनी?
Exactly, yes.
Huh? Huh. क्यों पीवे तू पानी हंसनी? Means the swan, it's talking about the hamsas, that is us. All of us are the white swans. We are collected. That's why I've told everyone at the satsang, everyone will wear white. That is a tradition. And not black or blue. It is the hamsa tradition to wear white clothes when you're getting initiated, when you're getting empowered. Because white reflects all colors and moves the energy freely in the body. Black absorbs it and stagnates it. If it's a very cold time and you're feeling cold, you want to store up energy, then black is good. But during initiations and this thing, you must reflect, you must move, so it's good to wear white. As a matter of fact, at one satsang, we brought those white kurtas and this thing. But the Hamsa Yoga, we are Indians people, simple, we started selling it at the camp. So our own Hamsa Yoga Sangh told us, oh, you cannot do that. This is digital, this is digital, this is... We were trying to help the guys. So we sold a whole lot of white clothes. So white is always the dress of the Hamsa swan, the pearlescent white. Now, Kyo pive tu pani hansi means, oh Hansi, why are you drinking the water? The swan has in Indian spiritual occultism and divine knowledge, the swan is credited with separating milk from water. If there's milk and water is mixed with milk, it will drink the milk and leave the water. So that's the thing saying, why do you, when you can take the milk, the true knowledge, why are you drinking water? So that is maybe a satire on the thing, but this is the quality of the swan, that it separates the milk of wisdom from the waters of ignorance. So it says, that's why they call water, the ocean waters, Kshir Sagar. In the spiritual realms, there's the ocean of Kshir Sagar, the ocean of milk. Milk is supposed to be the ambrosia that flows from the half moon, the top of the head, to the tongue in Khechari Mudra. That's what it means. Is that clarified it? If you show it to me, I'll tell you.
Thank you.
Yeah?
At the beginning you said you want to remove the hands of the mind from the eyes of the soul or the consciousness, and our Kriya practice is our way of doing that. In your book you say that to experience samadhi through Kriya practice, it takes 1,728 Kriyas done consecutively, which works out to about 14.4 hours, and a total of 20,736, which works out to 12 consecutive days. So is the goal to remove the hands of the mind?
In 12 consecutive days?
No.
Or take a lifetime to do it? A lifetime.
But the goal is not to build up to 14 hours of consecutive Kriya practice to have experiences.
The goal, people do that because as you practice the Kriya, it becomes so sweet and it becomes so loving and charming and darling that the whole world appears to be a pale shadow in front of this reality which dawns within yourself. Your soul is so sweet to the taste that everything else appears unattractive. You're not lured by anything, and neither, and your interest, you know, it lessens. It lessens. I'm caught up for words. I can't say. I don't know what to say. It diminishes in matters of the world and intensifies in matter of the self-realization. And each time you fritter away the energies of your mind in idle prattle or idle things, you feel that you have made a great loss. The yogi will always train his mind and focus it on something worth the while, worth his living. And he will not fritter away his mind on a variety of entertaining things or other things which distract him from his sole purpose of God essence, of divine consciousness. So he says, oh God, let me ever be in this state of divine consciousness. Let me ever be engrossed in Thee. Oh God, another sunset has happened and I haven't seen You today. Another sunset has gone. What a waster I am. What a profligate I am. Oh Lord, help me. Oh, save me. So when it gets to extreme, they say, meditate like your hair is on fire. In America, they would say something else, but I won't say that. Yes?
I've had a lot of lower back pain and ache in my body for maybe 20 years, and I notice aches here and there in the body. I'm wondering, what is the root cause of pain in the body, physical pain? Is it emotional wounds, or what is the cure?
Deeper than emotional or mental stress or emotional roots is certain deeds you have done in your past lives which have accumulated, maybe due to mental pressure or mental stress or emotional pressure, that these things have translated into a psychosomatic disorder. Everything is from the mind. Every disease, disorder, even the breaking of a leg, may be abrupt as though it may seem, is psychosomatic. There's nothing that is not psychosomatic. And the doctors didn't agree formally, but now in the present age they are agreeing with the yogis, saying that everything is created in the mind and everything is destroyed in the mind. Therefore, cessation of mind is the cessation of sorrow. I. You come back to the same thing again. But, oh Lord, whatever position You have put me in, I don't have a leg, I don't have one eye. I am grateful to You, I am happy. I am very happy. I am very happy. And even if You take away both my feet, both my hands, both my eyes, both my ears, don't take away You. Don't take away my happiness. That's all I ask. And then when your whole physical body takes away, You will remain as the glorious spirit of the universe, shining like the effulgent divine sun, because you'll have no body. You see, the thing of gratitude in the yogic tradition, we have a thing called santosh and samadhan. We have a thing called a deep satisfaction with what you have. The basics to start on successful yoga is to ungrudgingly accept the conditions of life as they come to you and get on with the job in hand.
In order to further his vision of new life awakening for earth peace and the evolution of human consciousness, Yogi Raj Siddhanath founded the Hamsa Yoga Sangh, a non-profit organization. After his deep and personal experience with Shiv Goraksha Babaji. Blessed with this direct experience, Yogi Raj Siddhanath has crystallized the essence of this wisdom of the oldest of yogic traditions, the Nath Sampradaya, into the teachings, practices, and services performed by the Hamsa Yoga Sangh.
Yoga is an inner ascent through ever more refined and ever more expanded spheres of consciousness to get to the God essence which lies at the core of your own being. And once you can contact this divine indweller, you can contact the universal indweller. We do have a good support system that wherever we go in the United States of America or Switzerland or Italy, we have teachers who can give you the support system and teach you and guide all newcomers. In India also we have a good support system. And of course, principally I am not a teacher, since I do not teach. A master does not teach. He gives the direct experience. You see, the teacher teaches very systematically and in an organized way. The master catches you, he shakes you and he wakes you up. So I'm a waker, movers and shakers.
Quite simply and effortlessly, Yogi Raj reveals to the initiated and the uninitiated alike how, at the level of consciousness, all humanity is one. Thus, acting as a catalyst for positive change and towards inner transformation, Hamsa Yoga Sangh helps you witness your innermost self flowering and evolving into a newer being. Let not precious moments slip by. Seek now the ultimate truth. Jiva Hamsa, spread your wings to fly, immortal realms which death defy.